Welcome, YouTube. I am Juice. Today, I want to talk to you about being a father and some things that come up. Right? Just read some news that the government is trying to push for prospective fathers to start paying child support once the moment of conception, and the judge and the mother is going to get together and start arranging payment plans. Now that's something there. How we are trying to create a law, or should I say, not we, they are trying to create a law to start pushing for payment plans for a baby that's not even here yet. But yet, we cannot get DNA tests prior to that to make sure we have the right person who's the father. Some may argue that, well, mostly women may argue why you got to get a paternity test to find out if you're the child or not. It's the simple fact that you don't trust me. Well, the way I would go about answering that question is this. You may have the knowledge of when me and you laid together. And like I say, I have the knowledge that me and you have laid together that night. But when you go in to the doctor and they ask about the window of conception, it's a week to a 2-week window, a period. So as a potential father, I know that I laid with you that Thursday night, right? But I don't know who you laid with Friday. I don't know who you laid with Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, or even a week prior to that. So I understand you might be in your emotions and you feel offended that I would ask you for a DNA test, which you can get mad all you want. But if we are on a partnership, we both need to look at the same information. And that window of conception is information that I don't have that you have. That's one thing for sure. That's information I don't have that you have. That's one. Number two, if it make me as a father feel comfortable to know that that's my child and you have nothing to hide, just let it happen. Right? For example, I'm just give another example. Let me just give an example right quick. The difference in court system is this. When you're on trial for criminal court, right? They got to prove that you did what you did with facts and information. Sometimes the facts ain't always correct, but what they have to do is give it a discovery. I mean, both sides have the information, and based off what's in that discovery, whatever weapon or whatever case might be, both sides have a chance to argue why that person did or why that person did not. In family court, you could have DNA proof that you're not the father, but if your name is on that birth certificate, it's almost impossible to get off of that. We need to have more fathers' rights, right? Because everything is fixated for women, right? Don't get me wrong. I would say this: back in the days, I could understand, but now there's a lot more men stepping up, and a lot more men being falsely accused of being a father and writing their name on a birth certificate and come to find out that they're not, and they're on a hook for 18 Well, with this stuff that's coming out, could be 19 years of child support. And then on top of that, it's wrong because once that information comes out that he's not the father, you affected a child and you affected a father. And all you want to say, I want forgiveness from both parties, even though you the one that created it. And it just ain't right. So guys, based off this law that possibly can pass, right? I'm gonna read it to you. It said lawmakers in at least 6 states, including Kentucky, have proposed a similar measures to a Georgia law that put prospective fathers on the hook for child support from the moment of conception. A similar bill was also reintroduced GOP Senator Kevin Cameron in North Dakota in January. Right? Also in this thing, it says Unborn Child Support Act requires a judge to consult with the mother on payment plans, and give mothers discretion on whether or not the child support payment will be awarded retroactive. So if she got, for example, got pregnant in January and the baby come out 9 months later, September, they can go back and get child support way back from January. And right then and there, you're automatic in the rears. And when you're in the rears, it's a buildup. Men, I suggest watch, pay attention of where you dipping your dipstick at, because there's consequences and repercussions that will happen if you sign your name on that child support. If you sign your name on that birth certificate without getting a DNA test. And you can get a DNA test while the baby's in the womb. I think it's maybe after 7 months, 6 or 7 months. You can get a DNA test at that moment. And I understand that you may find it very hard to ask her for that. And you're going to get some backlash. But you better do it, because you may hurt her feelings now for asking, but it comes out to be wrong. She ain't caring about your feelings back then because she intentionally knew what she was doing. So take that information how you will. This is not a jab at females, not a jab at ladies. I'm just saying that fathers need to be in the know-how and need to know and figure it out and get it done right. So with that being said, y'all have a good one, and I'll holler at you next time. Thanks.